But when self-improvement becomes toxic is when you keep reading self-help books and you don't take any action. That is when actual self-improvement becomes toxic, because you're not improving yourself. You like the idea of it, and you like to tell people that you like the idea of it, and you like to regurgitate information to make other people feel they need to do better, but you don't actually implement it yourself. Welcome to the Prime Life Project podcast, a place to help you unlock your full potential, both mentally and physically, to become the best version of you. Welcome back to another episode of the Prime Life Project podcast, a place to help you both mentally and physically become the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Daniel James, and today it is just me by myself. So I'm recording this today, and it is it's the 2nd of November. So by the time this comes out, which will be in a few weeks, because we like to bank some of the episodes here, we've got some amazing episodes that are currently coming out. So this will be coming out in a few weeks. I have just come across something on social media that has compelled me to come on here and do a podcast. I don't normally do this, but I feel like I need to and I want to, because apparently it's something that's been shared on social media and I just feel like it needs to be addressed. So we're going to be talking about when self-improvement can become toxic. And I've got a post here on Instagram. It's from a lady who has 41,000 followers. She's a journalist and a poet, and she's basically put this Instagram post out, and I want to read it, and then I want to unpick it and sort of dissect what I believe the problem with this post is. But I understand the point she's trying to make. I just think she's got things very, very confused. Fundamentally, I don't want you guys to get confused as well. So, the quote reads, "We're also obsessed with self-improvement that leisure and fun have been turned into productivity hacks on TikTok. Simply walking to your destination is now a hot girl walk. Drinking water is a competition with special bottles to boot. Capitalism so entrenched that its practices have become something to romanticize. I spend hours watching other people on the internet organize their kitchens with containers worth hundreds that they list on their Amazon storefront. I save videos of women who get up at 4 a.m. so they can work 12 hours and still work out, eat healthy and trade NFTs. I've legitimately felt like a failure because I don't have multiple shapes of ice in my freezer. I have a trolley board of my social life, and I've been convinced to drink alkaline water." That's one part. Second part. "And you know what? I'm sick of self-improvement. I'm at my limit with trying to be better. So I thought I'd make a list of 3 things I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. These things do not contribute to my higher self, and yet I'm going to continue to do them. I'm doubling down on my bad habits." So this, for me, infuriated me for a number of reasons. This, for me, in itself is toxic, and this person has got things very, very confused and very, very backwards. This, for me, is someone that doesn't really understand it and is trying to divide people and let them feel okay with not being okay, which, for me, isn't okay. And I was reading some of the comments, and a lot of the comments were like, yes to this. Literally, pretty much every single one of them was saying this. And for me, I just want to just unpick and break this sort of down, because finding balance in life between self-improvement and then living in the moment and being present is very, very key with what we're doing here. And this person fundamentally is talking about being sick of self-improvement. This person isn't sick of self-improvement. This person is sick of companies and influencers cramming things down your throat so they can make money. That is what this person is sick of. They are not sick of self-improvement. Let's look at the word self-improvement, improvement of self. How? Please explain to me how you can get sick of improving yourself. Why would you want to be sick of improving yourself? That makes no sense to me. What this person is sick of is comparison. What this person is sick of is the world that we live in telling you that you need to be better than the person next to you, rather than actually showing love and compassion for them and wanting them to win. It's saying, if you don't have this, you're a loser. If you don't like this person, you're a loser. It's so divided. It's black and white. To use Mikey's favourite word, there's no nuance. And all this person is ramming down people's throats is trying to convince them that, oh, you don't need to improve on yourself. You're perfect the way you are. Yes, you are. You are completely and utterly perfect as you are. The problem is you don't realise that, and so does no one else. No one else actually realises how amazing they are, which is why these companies can get away with making you feel like crap. This is why you think you're sick of self-improvement. You're not sick of self-improvement. You're sick of the fact these companies have the ability to use and manipulate you because fundamentally you aren't so solid in your solid in your own identity that you can say, no, fuck you. That's what you should be able to do. And through proper self-improvement, you will say that because you will actually realize and believe how amazing you are as a person, that when someone tries to tell you you need 17 kinds of ice cubes in your freezer, you'll say, are you mad? No, I don't. But this is the difference. When someone says to you, when you see something on TikTok here and it says, productivity hacks on TikToks, simply walking down your destination has become a hot girl walk. A hot girl walk? What the hell even is a hot girl walk? The fact that this is even a thing that we're talking about is the problem. The fact that people are getting productivity hacks on TikTok is the problem. That is the problem. Productivity hacks. There's no productivity hacks. You've got to do the work. There's no such thing as hacks. Cause and effect. You want the effect, you have to do the cause. This is the problem. People want to skip the hard work. People want to just be told, if you do this, your life's going to be better. Not how it works. Fundamentally, it is not how it works. And long-term listeners of the podcast will know, through all the guests we've had on here, you have to do the work. You don't have to hit rock bottom, but fundamentally, you have to take a look at yourself and be like, right, the results in my life aren't great. I am responsible for these results. What can I do to better myself? It's not about having competitions with drinking water with your friend thinking, well, I've only drank 2 litres of water, Mikey's drank 3, I'm a loser. It's not about having these... Who hit this person here? I spent hours watching other people on the internet organising their kitchens. Why? Do we not fundamentally think that's the problem? That is the problem. It's not the fact that someone's there organising their kitchen. It's the fact that you are watching it. You are consuming it. The reason why you're consuming it is because you don't feel good enough and you're trying to get validation from other people and other things. And I feel like I'm ranting here, and I'm not ranting specifically at you, the listener, because I know you, by listening to this, you understand the importance of self-improvement. But I look at I look at this person's Instagram page, I look at some of their followers, and I just think, wow, you have a responsibility as an influencer to actually try and help your audience, and all you're doing is perpetuating this whole mindset that seems to be the problem of laziness, not even trying. And that is the problem. People need self-improvement. They don't need it ramming down their throats every 2 seconds. I completely agree with that. You don't need to be constantly told that you're not good enough. I completely agree with that. But that is not about self-improvement. That is about the world that we live in, with companies and corporations constantly telling you that 24/7, 365, having Instagram adverts pop up all the waking moments you're on Instagram. The fact that Instagram draws you in and it is addictive. The fact that you can't actually get rid of your phone now because you kind of need it to do things. The fact that TikTok is so powerful and that the algorithms of these things show you more of the things you're looking at. So if you're looking at kitchen things, all of your other things are going to be kitchen things, which then needs you down there for 4 hours, and then you wonder, wow, I've just spent 4 hours looking at these kitchen things, I am such a loser. No, you are not a loser. You've just been caught up in this because you haven't actually taken the time to be like, right, I don't need my phone. This is where you've got to find the balance. Self-improvement can become toxic. I completely agree with that. But when self-improvement becomes toxic is when you keep reading self-help books and you don't take any action. That is when actual self-improvement becomes toxic, because you're not improving yourself. You like the idea of it, and you like to tell people that you like the idea of it, and you like to regurgitate information to make other people feel they need to do better, but you don't actually implement it yourself. If you actually took self-improvement seriously, you'd be able to look at the results in your life over the last 6 months and say, wow, my life has improved. And I'm not talking about financially, I'm just talking about your overall well-being. If you fundamentally feel better within yourself than you did 6 months ago, congratulations, you're doing it right. Cause and effect. People don't actually want to do the work. What people want to do is read, get this information and regurgitate it to their friends to make them feel superior. Again, that is an ego problem. That is an ego problem. You're trying to make yourself feel better than somebody else, or appear better, a keyword here, appear better by regurgitating information, having not done any of the work yourself. That is when self-help is toxic. And I am speaking from complete and utter experience. I was one of those people that read all the self-help books and did absolutely nothing. It's only now, when I've spent well over 5 figures doing the work I'm currently doing now, that everything has come together and I'm understanding it and I'm taking action and my life has changed. So I understand how self-improvement can become toxic, but self-improvement itself is not toxic. What is toxic is that we're not properly taught how to implement these things. We are not taught the truth. We are drip-fed things, and constant things on social media is what's causing us problems. If you want to better your life, turn off the social media. Turn off the influencers. Because at the end of the day, the influencers are the problem. They're becoming divisive. Because if you listen to this and you genuinely think self-improvement at its core is toxic, I will see you in 20 years and you tell me how your life looks. Because I'm telling you right now, you will then become a victim of circumstance. Because all you'll be doing is being taken advantage of from people who actually understand it. Because those people will be moving forward with their lives and you'll just be going along for the ride. You have the ability to determine the outcome of your life, but you have to take responsibility, and to take responsibility by actually understanding yourself. Self-improvement, understanding yourself. It's not about comparing yourself to other people to feel good. You need to understand that you don't need validation from anyone. You don't need the latest clothes. You don't need the latest phone. You don't need the latest, whatever this person says here, about the latest water bottle thing. You don't need the 100 pounds of kitchen containers. You don't need any of this stuff. You need to be able to look in the mirror, understand that you do have flaws, because everyone has flaws, and that's what makes you perfect. That's what makes you unique. Lean into them. Understand that everyone is going through their own battles, their own thing. You don't need to try and out-better anybody. Every day, wake up and just try and be a better version of yourself. This person here talks about not being present and all this sort of stuff. If you're not present, that then tells you that you need the self-improvement. Because the self-improvement will help you become present with your kids. I have got countless clients that are testament to this, where by doing the work on themselves, realizing the things that are potentially blocking them and causing them frustration, causing them to procrastinate, causing them doing TikTok for productivity. That then tells me that you have a problem with actually focusing on what you want. If you actually knew what you wanted, you wouldn't need a productivity hack. You'd just be going to do it. You're struggling with productivity, and you're struggling with the word. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Confusion. There's another word. It's gone from me. But you're struggling with all these things where you're just struggling to get going because you don't know what you want. Because you've been pulled in multiple different directions from your social media influencers, and it's causing you confusion. That's the word. You're confused. You can't be confused if you're going after what you want at your core, because that is what you want. And once you know what you want, you can't be influenced by anybody. The word influencer, they're trying to influence you. Stop letting people influence your thoughts and your feelings, and take responsibility for what is yours. I know this has been a bit of a mini rant, but this has just absolutely infuriated me. I've never done an episode like this before, but seeing things like that, please just read what this person is saying. I spent, I've legitimate, I this, I save, I have. It's so self-indulgent and egotistical. This person is the problem. This is so self-centered and self-righteous, and all it is doing is causing normal people who genuinely feel a bit stuck but basically just giving them a reason to not even try, because self-improvement's toxic, and she's sick of it. I'm sick of self-improvement. Good for you, fuck off. Because I'm not sick of self-improvement. My life has substantially got better, and so has my clients. And hopefully you, the listener, as well, has got better. Be careful of what you're listening to, because people out there do not understand this stuff at its core. They just think that they do. Do the work on yourself. It is hard, but I promise you it is so rewarding when you actually know yourself, you know what you want, you are present with your children, you're present in life because you're so fixated on what you want, not even necessarily financially. But if you want happiness in your life, which most people do, happiness is a feeling. You create your feelings. So if you want happiness, you need to be able to create that yourself, and you don't create it from external things. Start living from the inside out and not the outside in, and I promise you your life will be substantially better. Mic drop.